Hello, hello.
Awesome. Yes.
Hello, hello.
Amazing.
Got the best
Go.
voice.
And action.
Welcome to the LA Home Show. I am your host, Natasha Phillips, and today we have with us staging extraordinaire Leslie Whitlock. Hi, Wesley.
Stand by, stager extraordinaire, staging extraordinaire.
I don't know.
Stager extraordinaire.
All right,
Yeah, sorry.
I would assume.
Here we go. Back to the host. Okay. Take it when you're ready.
Welcome to the LA Home Show. I am your host, Natasha Phillips, and today we have with us stager extraordinaire Leslie Whitlock. Welcome, Leslie. We're so glad to have you with us.
Thanks, Natasha. How are you?
So, Leslie, I'd love to hear how you got into the industry.
Let's see. That's a story that goes back about 10 years. I was looking for something new as a profession, so I went to an open house. I walked in, I saw that the house was staged with my love of architecture, interior design, and real estate. I said, this is something I think I'd like to explore. And that's my very first step.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, your work is fantastic.
Thank you.
So how do you keep your passion alive?
I think passion and momentum is a daily, consistent thing. You have to continue to find the joy in every part of it. It's true for anything in life, I think.
So do you still find the joy every day?
Yes, absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah.
So tell me, what was your first job like?
Oh my goodness. Doing it with very shoestring budget. Making all the mistakes that you don't want to make, but getting it done somehow. It's been years, so I really remember.
So, you know, most stages, they have like warehouses of furniture, which I'm sure you do now, but
Yes.
how did you do that in the beginning?
One piece at a time. I purchased one piece at a time. I borrowed from friends, and I got started that way, actually.
Oh, that's amazing.
You think?
So I'm sure through your experience, you have some very interesting stories. Do you want to share one with us?
Interesting stories. Each one I learned something from. There is no, nothing that really stands out. They're all interesting. Sorry.
Oh, that's perfect.
I didn't know how to answer that.
So what's like a project that surprised you the most?
A project that surprised me the most. Yeah, I can't.
That's amazing. That's every project you take on has just been incredible. That's wonderful to hear. So tell me, as a stager, what's your process? So a client comes to you and walk us through it.
First, we have a walkthrough with both the client and the agent. We listen to the needs and the desires of both parties involved, what they require from me, if I think we're a good fit. So in a way, we're interviewing them as much as they're interviewing me, so that we can get the ball rolling in the right direction.
So how do you tap into their needs and give them what they want?
By listening. Most important in this business, listen to other people. They will actually tell you if you listen.
So do you have any tips for people out there who want to either just change up their home or get started in the industry?
Getting started in the industry is someone who wants to get involved in the staging world. I am asked on a daily basis to have an interview with someone that wants to be my assistant. And passion, it goes a long way, but it's grueling hours. You know, this is like film or television production. It's sometimes 16-hour days, starting in the warehouse, working on the computer before the truck arrives, before people start getting there, before making a furniture selection process. You have to really want to do this. And I think it goes back to your first question about passion. The passion has to be there to give you the continuum to do this now 10 years later from that very first project. So be sure you want to do this if this is something that you want to do as a professional stager. As somebody that is looking to fix their house, that's almost an interior design project. And so we would discuss color, texture, size, style, things like that.
So what do you think the number one color for the season?
Everyone tells me it's gray. Upcoming color, my favorite pop of color is green.
Oh, I love green too.
Yeah, me too. And of course, brown. I'm a big fan of brown.
So when a client comes to you and they are looking to sell their home and they want you to stage it for them, what's the process for you to make that home look its best?
There's an editing process. There is a requalification process where the furniture sits in the room. There is a color process, question and answer process, interview process, like I said. How soon do they need to get it on the market? What are their expectations from the process of me as well? What do they want me to provide for them? So it's a process on a lot of different levels, I believe.
So you walked into somebody's home that's fully furnished and they want to put it on the market and you're like, oh my God, this is awful. Like, where do you even begin?
Many times.
So how do you deal with that?
Again, it's part of the editing process. You know, that would be the first step. What can we eliminate? Can we move this stuff out? Can we start with a clean slate? What parts do we keep? We actually did that this morning before coming here.
So you've been in business a long time and the industry's changed and technology has changed.
Yes.
How has that influenced your business?
I leave that up to my secretary. They do, they do all the things. I'm the guy in the warehouse dealing with the movers and dealing with clients, getting things moved.
And being creative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Creativity takes 90% of the time.
So I want to hear, like, how do you decorate your own home?
Oh. It rotates with the season. If there's a new favorite rug that I want to use, then I'll pull the summer rug out and put the winter rug in. I do a lot of white. White is a fantastic beginning palette for a house. So I have that even though I have dogs. I still live with white.
So how do you keep it clean?
Careful living.
But the dogs can't be careful.
I do throw my covers over them at times. Funny, those are white as well.
Easier to wash.
Easier to wash. Yes.
So, you know, I'd love to hear also what your favorite piece of furniture is.
I've always been a big fan of chairs. Occasional chairs, antiques, modern. The chair that sits in the entry hall of the house that's just a beautiful piece of sculpture. It's there just to drop your keys, the mail, a woman's handbag. I love chairs. As far as accessories, give me a carved bowl. Any beautiful bowl, whether it be ceramic or wood, is one of my favorite objects.
So, and who influences you the most?
In style,
Yeah.
in design, other staging companies that came before me definitely influenced my decisions in getting into the business. But I think it was thumbing through Architectural Digest as a kid and seeing interior designers like Sister Parrish, Bunny Williams, oh my goodness, quite a few that definitely started my inspiration process. And friends that had eclectic houses. I really liked going through their homes and seeing eclectic objects. So I felt like it was a perfect blend of my gifts and talents and also a profession, a career that I could really sink my teeth in and grow with for the rest of my life.
That's awesome. So I want to hear, like, if you had to sum up your design aesthetic in a sentence or two, how would you do that?
Clean. California contemporary. That is a phrase that I actually coined. We live in a very fantastic part of the world. Everyone is watching us as a design center. And I think if we can show to the rest of the world that living easy is a contemporary way to go, I definitely believe that would work.
And where do you draw your inspiration from?
All around me. This city is full of inspiration. Driving down the street, looking at a showroom, visiting someone's home, something on television, flea markets, showrooms, antique stores, everywhere.
So do you often get the urge, like down the street you see a piece of furniture, you pull over and buy it?
That's how I started. I actually pulled over on the side of the road and put it in my car, something that was left over from someone else. So I started with the whole DIY world, to be honest with you. Right. But yes, now I do have my resources and my showrooms that I visit frequently and find something that I can add to my collection. I'm always adding to my collection.
That's great. So do you have any current projects that you're working on that are exciting you right now?
Absolutely.
Please do share.
Absolutely. There is a renovated industrial modern house that we just completed in the Hancock Park area of Los Angeles, and that turned out spectacular. I'm beginning a project in Bel Air that is celebrity provenance, Hollywood boy band background, and what he did to this house makes it one of a kind. Concrete floors, white panels, very private and very original.
That sounds interesting. I
Yes.
hope you do share some of those pictures with us once it's
Absolutely.
completed.
Happy to. Happy to.
So I'd like to hear about, like, what excites you right now in your life. It could be personal or work related.
What excites me right now? The people that I have around me really excite me, both in my personal and professional life. I'm very blessed to have a great family, great partnership in my personal life, and then a great work relationship with the employees that I hire.
Well, that's great. It's a nice motivator in the morning.
Absolutely. You want to look forward to people coming to your door at 8 o'clock in the morning, yes.
So where can people find you?
On the first of the week, I send out a postcard to a selected group of real estate agents across Los Angeles. Real estate agents are great at forwarding my information to each other. And that is the one way at the moment that I advertise myself. I find it to be, in a way like with showrooms, to the trade only working with real estate agents. My relationship with real estate agents is the backbone to my business.
And as our final question, I'd love to know about something like a project that you've worked on that has been unexpected or surprising.
Project that I work good or bad?
Either. Both.
Let's concentrate on the positive. I don't know. I've drawn a blank. I can't tell you right off the top of my head. I would have to think about that for a second.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's okay. So, Leslie, just thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.
And thank you for watching the LA Home Show, where we discuss all things real estate, interior design, and much, much more.